Glad to have you join us again now. Nigeria's equities market strengthened its gaining streak Thursday by 0.04%. That's about 12 billion. Now, as investors bought shares of Champion Breweries, Transcorp Living Trust Mortgage Bank, and others. Well, let's take a look at the top gainers for yesterday. You look at Transcorp gaining about 0.866%. That's about 11 kobo there. Real Exchange also gain about 5.63%. Champion about 4.6%. Living Trust 4.21%, and Cham about 4% as well. So those are the top gainers. But let's quickly look at the top losers for you. You have Cornwall, UPL, Prestige, and Adova. The shares of Adova lost about 8.33%. They're losing about 1 naira 45 kobo at the end of the trading day. So those are the quick snapshot of the top gainers and top losers for Thursday's trading section. So let's get talking now. As what's the sentiment behind these? We get into that in a moment. Ambrose Omodion, as usual, joins us now, Chief Research Officer, Investor Consulting. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Now, talk to us about yesterday. I know you said that on Monday that there's going to be mixed market yesterday. This week, but it looks like we're having more gain, right?
It's okay. It's a mixed market. No, yesterday was a flat market actually, but yes, still missed for terms of the section.
Well, 12 billion naira is it's something.
For that section yesterday, I see it's a mixed market. Why I said so, because you saw the sellers were trying to dominate the market. How about 19 losers against just 10, 11 gainers. But the good thing is that we saw a good volume in the market yesterday. About 311 million shares was traded yesterday. It does tell you that something is happening somewhere in the market. And if you look at stock like, as you read earlier, Transcorp, that contributed most of the highest, about 178 million shares was traded yesterday. It tells you this is a company that are yet to release their audited result for 2022 financial year. And they came earlier after the 24th of February to announce that the board of directors have met and they've approved the audited account and the dividend, and it's likely to come on or before the 1st of March. Today is the 10th of March. We have not seen the result. And after that, we saw that market reacted negatively.
And what does that portend? What does
I'm coming. Okay. Market reacted when they saw that as at the 1st of March, this result, it touched as high as 1 naira 47 kobo. It pulled back to almost 127. But yesterday, we saw volume, and it also gained about almost 8% yesterday from 1 naira 27 to almost 138 or 37 to. But the good thing is that there's volume that is coming, and this volume is a buy volume. If it will be a sell volume, it will start sending a signal that something has gone wrong somewhere. But in the market, those that are really familiar with investment data will always say that when a child performs well in school, when it comes back to home, when the dad hear the horn of the dad from the door, the child will be at the front to show his scorecard. Also, when the company performs well, you see the result coming early to the market. The flat is so that you know that they've done well. But when a company or a child perform poorly, you want to sit at the back of the room. Even that will almost finish eating a dinner before you come back and say, Now, we are seeing that happened in the life of UCAP. Not that UCAP result was totally bad, but because there was a decline in their profit after tax, and also their dividend was flat, there was no growth. Instead of coming on the 18th of February as usual to the trend they have for almost years, that on or before 18th to 24th of February, we see the result of UCAP. But they delay till on the 1st of March before the result came to the market because the result was not too good. Then when we saw this also, that this delay is coming from Transcorp, that notion was what was behind it. But it was yesterday that people were thinking what is happening. But for those that really want to get the more detail, at the class of Saturday, we'll be telling them why we're seeing such a move in Transcorp. There's something happening. People might not know what is that happening. Is ahead of good news coming for investor. It might not be in form of dividend, it might be in form of any other thing that will impact the price going to the future, and also the performance of the company. I believe that investors or traders that in that group by Saturday will get more details. But I'll tell you, there's no cause for alarm. Even if the result come, there's no growth in dividend payout or the global. There's another bigger thing that is coming at the end of the result. So that this year, as you're looking forward to see, to go for the AGM of Transcorp, there are discussions that will come in that AGM that also move the company forward and put the company also on another another level entirely. I mean, for me, if you're a long-term investor in Transcorp, I would say do not panic.
But for short-term investors, perhaps this may not favor them, right?
Short-term investors are taking people, like for me, I've put target already that I've entered as low as almost 190, 180 for my clients. Say, okay, once you hit 140 kobo today, you see take profit. What's the profit? But for long term, you need to hold on. But also being in a company that is into power, into agriculture, into oil. That means it's like a conglomerate. Knowing that the hospitality sector business has been taken away to list Transcorp Hotel differently. Right. What are others waiting? Are they going that direction, or they still want to expand, bring in another company to join so that the conglomerate of that Transcorp become more? These are the things we'll be discussing in the event of the Saturday meeting, by God's grace.
Okay. I mean, you're quite familiar with the terrain when it comes to investment, education, and all of that. Yes, the election has been postponed, by 1 week. So what kind of feelings does this, that postponement, send to the market? Is the market reacting? What is the mood of investors to that postponement now?
No, I will tell you that the market, is not reacting to that postponement.
Okay.
Yeah, why I say so that even before now, the market did not even react to the election itself. Postponement was coming. Pre-election year, we saw the market in the green. The week to the election, the week, you call it the last time you say election week. Election week, market close positive. Say that investors are really not keen what is happening in the with the election. Yet there's some risk associated with the election in some country, but because we understand
because that's where I wanted that. But however, you can't undermine the risk.
No, that's not yes. Yeah. But because it's about investment, and investment is again the future. It's the knowledge you have as an investor. If you understand that, this election will come and go. There are some sectors that will benefit from. Actually, we have seen the sectors we expect to see reform. Right. Even from the president-elect, you have seen the manifesto, the way it's going to look at. Even the OB, and I think we have seen them look at anyone that come on board. But now we already have a president-elect. It should also be in your mind, where are we looking at? Which sector is going to benefit from what has happened in this January to this month now in Nigeria? Despite we have a cash crunch, what area will benefit from it? You position your position. On that note, that one day, especially on the 29th of May, there will be change of pattern where we have a new income. Then life continue. And investment is again. What every investor is happy today, and Nigerians that yes, our democracy is not truncated. At the same time, there is relative peace around the corner. You can move around, and all the like let the election season come and go. That is all investors are praying now. Okay. Let the election season after the government, let everything come and go. They will now know that in the next 4 years there will be stability. You can now plan. Even you can start looking of foreign investor coming in. For me, there's no cause for alarm because the holding structure of the market. I tell you that this election is not impacting negatively on the market. Rather, people are looking at which area should I be looking at after the election. That will call post-election rally, and that's also in our masterclass coming in April. I want to discuss how investors can take advantage of those information we're going to share in that class and also invest wisely. Okay.
All right, let's wrap it up with this now. So what do we expect today? What's the expectation like? Do we expect the mixed trading, that occurred yesterday to be recorded?
It's likely, but like I said, today is the last window of the week. And also expect that people have entered at the beginning of the week, especially traders like me. Even though you are making 10%, this weekend, you might like to be taking profit.
And don't forget that we're also, expecting some numbers. Inflation numbers is supposed to hit the market, next week. So that's again what investors perhaps may likely want to factor in going forward.
Yeah, like I always tell people that as an investor, there are key data that you plan with when you are investing. Earnings, as you mentioned, earnings is ongoing now. This is the earnings season. Economic, macroeconomic data like inflation, and also the outcome of MPC that will be coming also in this March, around the last week of this month. You factor all this in, and also this is the period that we are seeing price adjustment for dividend payment. You are seeing company paying dividend the same month. You see, it's for me, factor that will drive market up and down and much here. But I believe that for inflation, likely not to look northward as we saw in January. As a simple mathematics or a simple logic that during the cash cross period, people have no money to buy. That means most of the stocks in the market, there was kind of a decline in price, and also relatively there was no fuel stability because of the election. No, it was in January that we saw that towards the election we start seeing fuel coming back.
Although I mean, the queues returned to filling stations recently. I
mean, they said as a result of what the election that was no movement. We believe that before we go into next year, as we just said, we'll see stability. But for the month of February, I don't see no inflation looking up. And also, what has happened in inflation also determine what we're going to see, with the MPC meeting at the end of the month. Yeah, but I believe that for me, investors should look at this. But the key thing is that you are in the market to make profit. If you're an income investor, you're not looking at inflation. You're not looking at what's it called? MPC meeting coming. We're looking at whose company has good yield. Comparing what we saw in the on Wednesday, that there was kind of an uptick in also in Treasury B. 64 days about 10% now, while 180 days about 6.4. and 90 days about 1.44. Then you're like, okay, if I'm investing in 90 days, can I go make more than this 1.4, this another thing? Okay, if I'm taking stock position now, can I make more than 6.4 in just 180 days? It's like, but only that for look at for the 1 year, a whole 1 year waiting for 10%. Why some stocks, if you are lucky or you are using your, if you can make 10% in a day, then why would I put my money? That's why those that have risk average can be looking at Treasury B, because but for those that are risk takers that are going to take calculated risk can be looking at some equity to play. So I say it depends on your investment objective and goal that will tell you kind of portfolio you should be looking at.
I think we should leave it there. Thank you so much, Ambrose Omodion, our Chief Research Officer, Investigator Consulting. Always a delight to have you.
Thanks for having me.
So have a great day.
You too.
You're still watching Business Breakfast, coming to you live from our studios here. We take a break now, and when we return, we'll look at the election and economy and burning economic issues coming your way shortly. Please stay with us. Be back in a moment.